Inshallah and Ashe. Divine Will's blessings to you and for you as always. And welcome to a mystical Monday as we're moving through the thresholds of all of our relations with ourselves and others and into the future, even our emotional relations. And welcome to this week's Mystic Messages. And if you don't know me, my name is Tanya D. I am your host. I do practice holistic medicine and shamanism and otherworldly energies, including the subtle fields and being a reflector. I do follow the lunar energies and the moons through the seasons. I have coined myself a holistic Shah medium, which is just a choreography of my own unique design, just mapping out the energetic pathway, the subtle energies, your personal unique algorithm. We all have it. And each week I cover the moon's stages through each season, the elementals, a daily divination, along with an affirmation for the week. And if you are new to my show, my channel, please subscribe. Go ahead and ring the bell to alert other lunar beings that truly resonate with my frequency and my vibration. And also being a seer of the unseen, a mystic mage, the moon as a reflector. It really is my grimoire. So each season reflects new energies, and being in the season of Libra, this is about being aesthetically pleasing in place and space, but it's also accepting and receiving compliments and being finely refined, or it reminds me of luxury, the energy of the Rooster, yin metal, but also being refined and attuned. So we do have the intimacy or intimate relationships to what beauty is, especially with Venus in Scorpio. So with that, reflectors guidance this week. Each week I talk about the energies of the moon and where they're sitting. But this week we kick off the week with the moon in Sagittarius. So it's all things about beliefs, ninth house, emotions, freedom to believe, to dream, to connect with our emoting, the emoting adventurous side, to be in relation with those themes along with the sun in Libra. It's adding spark and fire and like benevolence, if you will, to Venetian energies. So as the moon moves into Capricorn, we then have the moon literally squaring off with the sun, or the sun is shedding light upon our relations that are maybe non-committal, emotionally non-committal, unable to decide, is this decision in balance? It's like the check in the balance sheet and the harmonics and all energies of it. Is it diplomatic? Is an achievement of leadership in diplomacy? Is that in motion? Are we feeling the moon, the restrictions of being limited in our relations? And then the moon moves into Aquarius, into the weekend, which is trining. It's a fellow air sign for the weekend. So we've got this harmonious, playful, chatty society kind of feeling the energies of maybe a humanitarian effort, which we know the whole world actually needs this energy, especially right now with what's happening on the East Coast, which also brings me to the energy of re-evolutionizing the energies of the earth plane for the discrepancies or the balancing act of what happened, which is native to the land there. Going back in time and space, a little too much to dive in there, but energetically, I see this as the balancing the needs of others and the needs of ourselves, and really reconciling and getting clarity to heal the land, especially on the east coast of the United States with these storms. It's as if Mother Nature is cleansing the adversity that has kind of laid ground, is kind of what I feel. But tune in to the Aquarius Sacred Spirit Circle here on YouTube. Even listen to your own personal sun sign. Each season I do a spirited Sacred Spirit Circle as the sun moves into a new season. And go ahead and share in the comments your solar eclipse hangover as well. I don't know about you, but I felt the world turn of the in-between. So I don't know if you did experience a hangover with that eclipse. With Libra, there's different kinds of energetics, especially in the relating department. But do comment below. Do let me know. And gratitude for those who do show up on my live show on Fridays. Every Friday I do go live I do mini cowrie shell divinations here on YouTube and also on my Facebook page. In doing the cowrie shell divinations, all you need to do is, of course, show up, comment your year of birth and your month. I do move the shells on your behalf. I call in the spirit world. And also, if you do feel you need guidance, I offer these one-on-one sessions privately. And cowrie shell divinations is an art of divination brought to the West by an indigenous African shaman, Malidoma Somé. I'm a protege, a student of his, a lifelong. Spirit actually sent me to him or him to me or vice versa. But I do give rituals as prescriptions within my divinations. I see it as the otherworldly or the ancestral, the upper worldly medicine cabinet, if you will. And if you'd also like to dive in deeper into your own personal gift, your intuitive or psychic abilities, we all have them. I have an offering called Change Your Stars. You can take the quiz first. I really feel like everybody needs to take the quiz first. But our gifts change. They're not always in the same order. Some get activated later through time and space. I do feel that we have a base note, and then we have some added influencers or ingredients to really assist us with that. I also have what's called the Shamanic Healing Academy, which is a membership, mentorship academy, if you will. So I have different ways of subscribing. There's different tiers, if you will. My online grimoire, I like the Shah in the medium. The universe always works in our language if we tune in. But it's a virtual library. It has all of my online offers from a beginner's or a foundation into a master's and also evolution, evolutionizing. So you can learn at your own pace and your own grace. It really is a virtual grimoire with ritual insights through an indigenous spirit technologies, spirits of the elementals mostly. And you also have full access to all of my Spill the Tea replays, as well as the live shows, including Gift in Purpose, which is kind of a foundational offering as well. Plus, I also do a monthly coven call to clear energies of adversity, energetic hiccups, with other stewards of the universe that are in my frequency. Totally off of social media. It's private social space within the Shamanic Healing Academy. It totally is made for you, and you can join in for only $3.99 as an introductory offer. And of course, for other mystical musings, if you don't know already, Spill the Tea is always on the third Friday of each and every month. It's a live venue through Zoom and an online coven multi-streaming, always at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. All you need to do truly is to subscribe to the Musing News on my website and make your inbox glimmer. This upcoming Spill the Tea is, of course, dedicated to the Shaman's Portal, the 8th Energetic Center, the Other World, the Upper, the Middle, and the Lower, also known as Scorpio season, and Pluto, right? Secrets of the Other World, Lee voices as well. And when I say Pluto and Scorpio, you kind of get the idea, or hopefully I might bring in even the gates in human design, open up that corridor. But I do want to say on the elemental highway this week, because we've got these highways, right? This week, energetically, I do utilize the Chinese 4 pillars of destiny to map out our elemental design. The month of birth also has an elemental affiliation. It's called our day master. The day of our birth also has a master influencer or frequency. But being that today we have entered an 18-day transition period, believe it or not, I got a little ahead of myself, but we've entered an 18-day transitional period. It's called an interseason, an earth transition. So be sure to listen to the messages of your body, lymphatic circulation, acne, toxicity. It's a great time to start or possibly finish up a fall cleanse, doing some cleanup, whether it's body, spirit, soul, and really paying attention to your body, your mental body, emotional, spiritual, and even physical body as well, as we transition from the elemental energy of the rooster, yin metal, which is the full western direction, to the dog, which is actually the northwest. It's part of that western hemisphere direction. So the 4 pillar, the elements of the day and tomorrow, today and tomorrow, we actually enter into a new month energy, the Yangwood dog pillar. So I'm bringing this all up so you're aware energetically plus physically. However, the energy of today which I'm mostly covering. It's a young wood dragon of the day. It's the same energy as the pillar, so themes of the year. And remember, of all the elementals, young wood needs all the elements for balance. We have 0 fire, which will come in the hour eventually at lunchtime, but you get the idea. I would light a candle, stare into the flame, build a fire, turn on the heat if you need to. But a wood dragon day in a wood dragon year, this really amplifies the themes that have really been illuminating or ongoing this entire year. So as we move from the yin water rooster in the month, tomorrow it shifts into a yang wood dog month. So these energies are like prime directive. And in most areas or regions of the world, the wood dog really starts today because time is fluid. It's never at a standstill. And it's always when the sun moves past the 15 degrees of Libra. That's kind of the axis or the center point. It's actually starting now through to November 6th, November 6th. So this may be difficult or a challenging time of the year energetically. The reason being is because the dog opposes the dragon in feng shui, but also in 4 pillars. They're opposing energies. They're very formidable. Earth energies are more formidable, I want to say, than other elementals. Like, for example, the rabbit and the rooster are clashing. The horse and the rat are clashing. So these are clashing energies, just so you're aware. But they're formidable. It's a complete mountain range. Yang Earth is the mountain. In this case, it's a dragon of a mountain. So it's a very mystical, earthy kind of energy. In Yang Earth, it's stable, big, heavy, unmovable energies. We go to the mountain to tell the mountain our secrets. I'm sure you have already kind of begun to feel this growing intensity, especially since the new moon solar eclipse on the 2nd of October. That energy was very intense and very activated. But Yang wood to me is more of a sturdy, strong, wise tree, an innovative tree that really empowers us to stand our ground, to become rooted so that we can keep innovating, processing, producing, and also moving forward, birthing anew. The seeds have been planted. But the opposing side, on the other side, it could also be divisive, rigid, strict when it's not in balance, the harmonies. So we have this yang wood and the heavenly frequency and the pillars there, which is vibration of our day, and also the year. So with the month pillar changing tomorrow, just be aware, a wood dog month with a wood dragon year. So these energies are sitting next to each other. So our beliefs may be so intense, strong, even like bittersweet, that it's a challenge to really listen to or accept other people's opinions, points of view, or maybe even our body. So really tuning into the element. I love the elementals, but in this case, the energies and the element of wood, the frequency of it, which is kindness, to bring us back into our center to really innovate and transform and find common ground, opening up our charitable heart, find strength in the divine feminine, as well as support from around the world. So I really am loving this energy. I'm kind of excited. I'm not going to lie. But with that, the mystic messages this month or this week, let's do a little swappy swap. So the mystic messages, this week, I'm actually going with Cindy Dell's Oracle deck, if you will. It's a subtle energy Oracle deck. So I really like her stuff. It just was in alignment. But on this magical moon's day with the moon in Sagittarius, it's the feeling of balancing our beliefs, our freedoms, our soul's harmonics, along with using our voice, our spiritual truth. So it's almost as if Spirit is downloading through the soul's harmonic from our own book of life down through our voice to accentuate and be heard, actually, or hear something. I did want to use my Shadowscape deck, but I didn't feel like the images are kind of hard to see just by sight. So going with the Subtle Body Oracle Energetic deck from my girl Cindy Dell. And we have for this Sagittarius moon on this Libra energy Sunday, we've got the second chakra, which who doesn't love that? Look at this fantastic bird. And our second chakra, I find this is actually very fitting for a few reasons with the energy of today. The second chakra is also connected to the moon. So this is divine alignment, especially with the 4 pillars of the day. It's emotions, it's creativity, it's beliefs. It literally is like, oh my God, it's in alignment. So it's time to do some creativity in what we believe, in our belief structure. It's like adding a belief and removing a belief, and like feeling into the sensation. Like, does it feel amazing? Do I love it? Okay, if I love it, it's like a wishing well, a celestial wishing tree kind of energy. Oranges, like eating an orange today, or a tangerine or something orange, butternut squash. We're in the harvest, could be pumpkins, carving a pumpkin, and really connecting with your inner 2-year-old self, your inner child, which is freedom, adventure. You know, we weren't really restricted, or hopefully we weren't as children. So we could be more fun, more flavorful, more creative. Nobody was like holding us back from shining our light, or at least I hope not. And then on Terrific Tuesday, which I flipped the card, we've got the large intestine meridian, release and cleansing. And what's fascinating about this, I'll say it out loud, we're moving from the Western direction, which is metal energy, which is the long and the large intestine meridian. So sometimes we can't make the shift up. So we're leaving one energy and moving into another tomorrow. We're going from the Yangwood dragon of today into, Yangwood dragon of today into the dog, the energy of the dog tomorrow, a Yinwood energy. So on Mars Day tomorrow, we still got the moon in Sagittarius. I like that. So the action of feeling the adventure. This is the action we're going to take to instill and feel adventure. But it's in the initiation, the action. So the large intestine meridian, about releasing and cleansing and clearing, pruning. It's very fitting as we're tidying up the seams of the fall season and moving into an interseason. So this tells me we need to keep releasing, letting go, repurposing items. I've been doing that. I've been gifting things away. So this is our ability to really allow, detach, let things go, but also move forward in doing that and taking the action to initiate and release, like literally what's no longer serving us or of soul service for us, and just making room for the new doors to open, new opportunities to come our way. Anything new, crispy, clean. It's air as well as far as an elemental. So I really love that energy. And then on Wizardry Wednesday, we've got the 9th auric field, which who doesn't love that as well? So I do work with a 12 energy system, actually 13, but I'll keep it at 12. So the 9th auric field is also connected to the 9th energetic center, our soul's harmonic, which is also connected to Sagittarius, which we're just moving out of. So we may have an afterflow of that energy. This is our codes of destiny and life design. This is like having conversations with Creator on a Mercury day, and the moon moves into Capricorn. So having this 9th auric field, it's very fitting. It's a golden color. These are streams of transformation. Gold is a massive conduit. Gold is a conductor kind of energy of all the elementals, right? In the metal foundation is kind of what I want to say. I also feel like platinum is also a great energy, but it's like, where are our codes of destiny? Where are our life design? It's time to script a story that we feel we can commit to. That's the moon in Capricorn, deciding to commit to our own transformation. So this is all happening in our sensations around relating, being in all our relations. So it's like, can we commit to the feeling of a partnership? Is our divine heart in line with the script we're reading or reverberating? Is it our script, or is it the chapter or a lifeline of another? We get to decide, but honestly, just go with what you feel, what the eye of Creator is showing you, and pay attention to subtle messages. This is also like getting downloads of numerology, those kinds of things, symbols and sigils. But listen, and Mercury is truly the mystic messenger. Mercury can travel anywhere and any when. That's kind of, it's not blocked off. It's that kind of energy. And then on Jupiter's day, which is tantalizing Thursday, we have sound element, which I also love. Sound element, every tone has a unique power. And that is so true. The tonalities of all the tones carries frequency, energy, vibration. Even, I will say, the hurricane of Helene, that may have hit the massive energy there on the East Coast, but the energy frequency vibration is waving out, and like shedding light on both directions, in all directions. That's how energy frequency vibration works. The impact of it is there, but it sends out the frequency vibration literally for all the world to see. So the element of sound healing, sound vibration, frequency. So sound is a variety of things beyond amazing, and the hearing sister as well. So these are all kind of correlated. If you're part of gift and purpose, sound is also part of our throat center. It's part of the Libra energy. The power of sound, the light of sound, really tuning into sound on Thursday, different kind of sounds. Add sound as an elemental to your manifestations to send out the frequency. Call in sound to adjust or flip or switch on a belief or off a belief. Either way, I would take all of it. I kind of like how this is like mapping out, by the way. And then on, of course, Fantastic Friday, we've got the small intestine. The small intestine meridian, sorting and discernment. And if you don't know, the small intestine delivers nutrients through the blood to all parts of the body. I'll kind of maybe dive more into that on Fantastic Friday. And I do also want to know who's joining me live for Cowrie Show Divinations. But having the small divination or the small intestine through a divination, this to me is curious for a few reasons. As I said, the small intestine's purpose is to carry and deliver nutrients through the blood to various parts of the body, and sorting and discerning. So sorting through the nutrients, like, are the nutrients delivering? Are they not being absorbed? That's kind of the job of the small intestine. And literally how that shows up is on the forehead. So horizontal lines could be an energy of not being able to absorb, or vertical is absorbing too much. So we may need to really pay attention to what we are or are not discerning or sorting through these energies. It feels like sorting through a filing cabinet, kind of feels a little mercurial as well. But discerning and sorting through our heart of hearts, ultimately committing to what our heart feels is aligned with. Like, what is your heart aligned with in gathering nutrients? Are they sustaining you? And we often get our outer heart mixed in with our own heart. And when I say outer heart, the heart of those outside of us, which creates kind of the Three of Hearts or the Three of Swords, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down. So these energies are all kind of there for this week. I will say we've got the element of fire within the small intestine. The second chakra, we've got the element of water, the large intestine metal, and the sound, which is our throat. So just knowing we've got quite a few elementals to play with energetically, and not including the element of ether, the other world as well. I'm kind of taking it all in elementally, and I'm liking what it feels like. So with that, an affirmation, of course, to get us on our magical week, because we can't stop just with there. Sometimes I do feel I forget the mystic message. I chose these two birds because I sleep outside, and every morning I wake up and I watch the little birds chirp and kind of fight over the food, because of course I got to feed the fae, which are part of the birds. But the mystic message, the lunar guidance, I do these weekly if you don't know. I balance and restore to my heart's content. So you're doing something to your heart's content, like the overflow of the balancing. In this case, I chose birds. Because they do make sounds and they do chirp. That wasn't why, but I thought of that just looking at this. So in balancing and restoring our heart's content, what does that feel like to you? And in watching these birds, I just love the frequency of it. So be sure to join me Friday for my live show, Mini Cowrie Show Divinations. And of course, blessings. I'll see you on the other side. Ashe.